Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of
Where in the world?
And Where Are We Going to Today?
Tokyo.
Tokyo! Okay, Ben, start us off.
Where is it? Capital and largest city in Japan.
It has a population of 13 million in the metropolitan area, or 13 million in the city, but in the actual metropolitan area, there's 39 million people, approximately. So it is the biggest metropolitan area in the world. It's located on the eastern side of the main island of Japan of Honshu and includes two other islands. And it's 90 kilometers east to west and 25 kilometers north to south. So here is Tokyo on the map. So here's all the islands, okay? All right, Benja.
World largest metropolitan economy with a GDP of 1.479 trillion US.
That's right. 1.479 trillion US dollars come out of that economy of the city. So it's one of the world's kind of main command centers for the economy. And the Tokyo Stock Exchange is Japan's largest, but it's also the second largest in the world by market capitalization, and then fourth largest by share turnover. So it is ranked one of the most expensive cities in the world. This is Mount Fuji, which we'll get into a bit, but it is a very expensive city to live in. Part of that is because there's not a lot of living space in Japan, and so they tend to build up instead of out like we do in Canada. So it's quite expensive to live there. So, Benja?
History original, a small fishing village named Edo.
So it was originally just a fishing village, and it's right on a harbor there. And Edo Castle was built there. And then in 1603, it became the site of the national military government. But by the 18th century, it was already over 1 million people. So it was already a very, very large city. And then the emperor moved to Edo, where it became the imperial capital. And then Edo Castle became the imperial castle. They had a castle there. Since 1900, they built major train stations so that the rails could spread out quite quickly. And they actually have the right of way. So public transportation has right of way within the city rather than cars. Now, there was two major catastrophes within the 20th century, and that's the 1923 earthquake, where 140,000 people died. And then the bombing in World War II left the city almost as devastated as Nagasaki or Hiroshima following the bombs being dropped on them. Now, after the war, it kind of got completely rebuilt, and they showcased it in the 1964 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. So this is Edo Castle. It is ranked one of the most livable cities in the world. This is some of the cherry blossom festivals that they have every year, because the cherry blossoms, when they come out in April, they're vibrant and they're bright. This is their rail system, so it's amazing. I wish we had that here. It's pretty warm on average. Hey, how warm is that?
27 degrees 5 deg.
27.5 degrees Celsius. So 27 degrees, that's pretty warm, hey? It's definitely going out in the backyard weather. And it usually gets down to about 6 degrees in the wintertime. So it's pretty nice. Mount Fuji is just outside the city. Well, you can see it outside the city. It's the highest mountain there, and it is an active volcano. And so it last erupted in 1708. And so you can see the flat top, and that's because the last eruption actually blew the top off. And you can go to the National Park there, and they have other kind of hiking and boating and things you can do there. And it will be the site of the 2021 Olympics. Now, the Olympics were supposed to be this summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what happened?
It got canceled.
Well, it got postponed because of COVID-19. And so 3 countries actually came out in March, Canada, Australia, and Great Britain, and said, we won't come to the games unless it gets postponed at least a year. So they decided to postpone it to 2021, and it will actually cost $5.8 billion to postpone the games, which is an insane amount of money. But they will start that. Most of the buildings have already been created, and so they will be able to do it in 2021. But yeah, it was supposed to be this year. So, and fun fact, the very first time that I did Tokyo, Japan as a Where in the World, I actually did it as an announcement to announce that I was pregnant with this guy. And now he's saying all of the where in the world's out loud with me. That's pretty cool, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful out, and we'll see you next week. Say bye.
Bye.